crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
As far as cryptos, we got the Bitcoin Halving coming up. We got the Theta Edge Cloud coming up. All kinds of big things happening. Bitcoin is currently at $67,000. Let's see here. The Bitcoin halving is in 29 days. 29 days, approximately, depending on a few things, but about 29 days. And that puts it at April 16th, right around there. What happens during the Bitcoin halvings? If you're a hodler, you don't have to worry about timing a halving. If you're a trader, you got to worry about everything. There is a new introduction into the Bitcoin world, and that's the ETF rigging operations, which they can do, and they will. Look who's in charge of it, like BlackRock and JP Morgan and Virtu Financials, I think, in every single ETF approved. Virtu Financials, the company, Vinny Viola, it was Bernie Madoff's counterpart, in charge of rigging all operations for the deep state. So good luck. But one thing you can pretty much be guaranteed of, if you're a hodler, you don't have to worry about it. As you can see from the last, like 2016 halving, look at the jumps up over time. Yes, there's volatility. I don't know if it'll get slammed down. Usually it gets slammed down, then it runs up, and then it gets slammed down again. 100% manipulated. But over time, Bitcoin gets better, cryptos get better. It's what Cliff used to call it, anti-fragile. Every time it breaks, it fits itself, stuff like that. The blockchain, I think one time it broke when it first started, but that was solved, and it just gets stronger and stronger. It doesn't get weaker and weaker. Another thing that Peter Schiff does not understand about cryptos and technology in general, it gets better and better over time, and more people, especially the young kids, they're not going back to gold and silver. They won't be able to afford it, and it doesn't even compute to them. They're digital people. The whole world, everything's going to be digital. I mean, I think for the kids, I just advised my little nephew, who's like 12, 13 years old. I said, hey, get some cryptos. Not only cryptos, get Theta. Be an expert in Theta and Theta Fuel and T-Drop and all the other meta chains that are being built off Theta. You be an expert in that, you don't have to worry about a job in the future. Everybody will become looking for you. So, if you're a hodler, the halving is great because you're pretty much guaranteed there's less coins in circulation. That means you're guaranteed the price is going to go up between now and the next the next halving, which is 2028. So, whatever. I don't really care. I'm not a trader. We always like it when the price goes up, and when the price goes down. If you're a trader, yeah. And by the way, people tell me, Bix, you should have sold when Theta went to $15, and I said, well, it started at 4 cents, and then it went to $15. Now then it went back to 50 cents, and now it's going to go to $150, and it's going to go back, and then you should have sold. But look at Snippy. Snippy sold right away when Theta doubled. Sold. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was like it went from 5 cents, 20 cents to $1, and he sold. Missed out the run from $1 to $15, and then it came back a couple of years later and knocked the $1 mark and went down to 50 cents. I don't know if he bought again, but missed out on it by a gigantic run. And you can't tell as it's going on what the top is. You don't know. No matter what these experts say, I'll always pick the top. Like Bull Pony. What a joke that guy is. Yeah, God's told him so many things that are wrong. It's just kind of embarrassing. He's embarrassing God now. Bo. It's embarrassing. All right. Anyway, Theta. We got 44 days in Theta until the Edge Cloud, the mobile Edge Cloud. I think at least the kind of the beta testing of the mobile Edge Cloud. You're going to be able to download a Theta Edge Cloud on all your devices to share your internet, share your broadband, share your computing speeds, share your storage, available storage capacity on your computer, on your cell phone, everything. and everybody and their mother is going to have. We'll be using Theta Fuel probably as universal basic income. And if the United States doesn't want to participate by throwing up all these regulations, nobody really cares anymore. Asia's all over it. It's massive in Korea, in China. What a great way to distribute income. And it was actually seen as a universal basic income in the crypto viewing when they did the Theta originally, like the Hitomi readings. And Dick Allgaier and Hitomi had Theta being used massively in Africa, probably as universal basic income and expansion of broadband and cloud storage. Google is in. You don't even have to worry about it going to zero. Google, Samsung, they're not going to let it go. Yeah, they can play with the price all they want. Who do you think was buying it at 50 cents? It's probably Google knowing what's about to happen. And Samsung, the world is about to change. You're either on the boat or you're not on the boat. I'd advise you to get on the boat before the tide goes out. When the tide goes out, everybody who's on the boat, they're singing sha-la-la and drinking champagne, just waving to the people like Peter Schiff who aren't on the boat. See you later, Peter. Good luck. Best of luck to you as the future passes him by. Theta is currently at $3. Yes, of course, it's a great time to buy. If you're like me and you hold on because of what they're doing, imagine the Google Cloud is no longer necessary because you got the Google Edge Cloud and you got Amazon. The Amazon Cloud services will be a useless company worth zero when everybody on the planet is sharing their extra storage capacity. And no, you're not sharing 100% of the data on one computer so someone can steal it. It's sharding. It's using little bits of the zeros and ones that make up the computer code, and no one computer can decipher it. You got to put a whole bunch together. It's very complicated, but very good. The guys at Theta Labs are unbelievable. Video transcoding, they're experts at that. And Google's like, holy shit, you guys know what you're doing. Same with Sony, same with Samsung, same with all the other partners of Theta. Theta is going into the thousands. You can either get on board now or just stay on the sidelines and we'll be waving as, the good ship lollipop flies away. All right. Theta Fuel, I think I'd go Theta Fuel right now if you're looking to buy, which is better. People ask me all the time, which should I buy, Theta or Theta Fuel? Right now it says 4-1. 40-1, 30, 35-1. I think that ratio is probably going 15, 10. Some people have it even 5 or 6-1 when everything's implemented. So you might do a lot better on Theta Fuel. But there is a lot of, obviously there's more Theta Fuel out there than Theta. I think there's 6.4 billion tokens as opposed to 1 billion. 1 billion's fixed. Theta Fuel is not exactly fixed. But it has burn mechanisms. It's an amazing utility token within the Theta infrastructure. And the Theta token is the governance token. You use that to approve transactions. If there's any airdrops, it'll be dropped to the Theta holders. And there'll be a lot of airdrops when more and more people use the Theta mega chain, or no, it's called what's it called? God, it's just so many things. It's called it's not mega chain. It's meta chain, mega chain. It's the meta chain. That's like your Amazon and Google and Netflix will all run their own tokens off the meta chain. So yeah. These are the 5 areas. There's the meta chain, which allows anybody to start your own blockchain. I can do the Bix coin off the Theta meta chain and have transactions approved on that. And it's done with, guess what? T-Fuel. You have to spend some T-Fuel for every transaction on the subchains. This is the video transcoding. That was the original Theta, was all about not having to pay CDN costs, content delivery network costs, and share your broadband and stuff like that. Global Edge Network that's the big mother of all. The Edge Network, edge computing, using everybody's extra CPU power to compute transactions, to run transactions. It's the largest computer in the world, I think, now, because it's a network of computers together, combined together, and the technology is unbelievable. They can run amazing AI type of work, and that's exactly what it's for. And then also on the Edge network, you have Edge storage, which is what Google is working hand in hand with Theta on. They're announcing that comes online 44 days. The Edge Cloud. There'll be no more Google Cloud. There'll be no more Amazon Cloud. The cloud will be run off Theta. And it won't. There's no centralized place. It's an Edge Cloud. It's all on the edge. All the nodes hold a little bit of the data. So very exciting things for Theta going forward. As you can see on the all-time chart, we're still well below. It's still a great time to get in. And I was screaming, y'all heard me screaming when it was 4 or 5 cents. You heard me screaming when just recently when it was under $1. It fell under $1. I'm like, I'm a buyer under $1. Everybody should be buying Theta. And then now it's $3. Took like a month, half a month, to go from $1 to $3. How long will it take to go to the all-time high of 15? I would say probably when the meta chain is announced in 44 days, and then by the end of the year, I think we might hit that $88.88 that I had predicted a while back before they slammed down the latest slam. So yeah, it's a monster, and you should all have it by now. A lot of you do. You don't have it, go to road2roota.com, and you can, in our affiliates, if you don't know anything about crypto, just go to the affiliates, go to, call up Caleb and Brown right there. They're affiliates on Road to Roota. Caleb and Brown is the broker for cryptos. They've taken care of a lot of our people on the Road to Roota. Call them up, say, I want Theta. I want as much Theta and Theta fuel as you can get. And they will help you out. As far as if you are a crypto person, go to, I would say, simpleswap.io. There's a few places that sell Theta, but Coinbase does not. And everybody's like, well, why doesn't Coinbase sell it? I don't know, but when Coinbase does, that's another 300 million people who have access to Theta. So, they will at some point. I'm like, holy crap. Same with Gemini. But they don't yet. So don't complain that they don't. Take advantage of knowing things that the rest of America doesn't know, even though most of the rest of the world is starting to learn. Cryptos with the latest information about the Edge Cloud going on 3.9 billion Android phones. I think a lot more people in cryptos know about it, but they don't have it. To get it, just go to simpleswap.io, do a swap for Bitcoin or Theta. And there's a whole bunch of different coins you can swap for Theta and Theta Fuel. All right. Okay. Last but not least, $1 trillion in 2024 commercial real estate maturities could lead to hundreds of bank failures. We will have the bank failure promised for the last 100 years, bank failure this year. The FDIC has planned for it. Watch for a 3-day weekend. This is all planned for. The announcement they're busting, or they busted J.P. Morgan for for continuing to mislead all investors. And it was J.P. Morgan customers too. That thing with J.P. Morgan, it was their customers, and we all saw what was going on when J.P. Morgan was for 3 years said you basically can't rig the silver market. They had their customers do it. This is what they're getting busted for now, because all J.P. Morgan customers are taking all the deliveries and delivering all the silver and rigging the silver market, like I said. So now that J.P. Morgan's in deep shit, I think it'll be ultimately J.P. Morgan that gets taken out, which is a 55 trillion derivatives, which will destroy every other bank, every other financial institution on the planet. And then we start fresh. So that's where I think we are. Again, go to road2roota.com if you want to join, get the behind the scenes stuff. Lots of great stuff there. Go to subscribe today. We're currently giving away one Veritasium token. Think of it as an insurance policy. Reggie's patents cover 95% or so of all cryptos. You can fight it all you want. XRP evil. Reggie has the patent on that technology. Same with the CBDCs. Fight it all you want. Fight it in the patent courts. They They basically said, Reggie's right. He did patent this shit. Just because the SEC shut him down and wouldn't let him share this with the world doesn't mean the patent is void. It's the SEC that should have been thrown in jail or taken up, stripped of all their power instead of Reggie. But we will find out, right? Place your bets. This is Bix Weir, road2root.com. I'll talk to you later.
Well, here's a true story about a man just like you. He worked his whole life, he was honest and true. Built up a nest egg the way they said to. Invest in the market, money works for you. And everything is fine, picking the winners every time. Started to believe he can make dollars out of dime. Little did he know he's being primed for a fall. The riggers let you play, then the riggers steal the ball. We want free markets, not a million phantom trades. Lest everyone's honest, we're gonna lose what we made. We got to shut down exchanges, trade one for one. We want free markets, well, our work's just begun. Free markets are the road to freedom. Capitalism, not as bad as they say. The world has never tried it, rigging markets every day. Socialists fail every time in every way. Need a better system to forge a better day. We want free markets, not a million phantom trades. Lest everyone's honest, we're gonna lose what we made. We gotta shut down exchanges till they trade one for one. We want free markets, our work's just begun. Free markets are the road to freedom. I said free markets are the road to freedom. There's a crypto solution, if only done right. We can take out the liars, bring dark into light. And trust in the math, not the people who lie. I think we can make it if we give it a try. We want free markets, not a million phantom trades. Lest everyone's honest, we're gonna lose what we made. We gotta shut down exchanges till they trade one for one. We want free markets, our work's just begun. 'Cause free markets are the road to freedom. I said free markets are the road to freedom. Free markets are the road to freedom.